The African Cup of Nations 2025 is here. So African players don't start to go home to represent Africa. And this is the time that European clubs used to regret having important African players in their team. Even we, the fans, we used to complain on their behalf. So let's look at two things. Number one, winners and losers of the Afcon 2025. Which teams will be benefiting from the departing players and which teams will be affected the most by the departing players. Two, why is the Afcon usually played mid-season? Why not off-season after the season has been completed? Like the Euros, like the World Cup. Let's talk about this also. Firstly, let us talk about the losers, the clubs that will be affected most by the Afcon 2025 departing players. Firstly, let us talk about the affected clubs, the clubs that are expected to struggle. They are the losers of the Afcon 2025. You can see the list. These are the list of all the clubs that will be affected by the Afcon 2025. So Crystal Palace will be having two players representing Africa in the African Cup of Nations. Ismail Assar and Christantus Uche. We know that Ismail Assar is a very important player for Crystal Palace. And number two is Everton, Iliman Ndiaye and Idrissa Gueye. We know Idrissa Gueye, how important this guy is to Everton. And this Iliman Ndiaye has also proven to be an important player for Everton this season. So Everton will also be missing these two players, two key players from their team. And number three is West Ham. West Ham will be missing two key players, two defenders that are in their starting 11. Aaron Wan-Bissaka for DR Congo and Alhaji Malik Diop for Senegal. These two guys are in their defense. They are right fullback and they are left fullback. And these guys will be representing Africa in the Afcon 2025. So West Ham will be short of two first-team players. At number three is Sunderland. They have the highest number of African players representing in the Afcon in the Premier League. They have 6 players. They will be missing 6 players, although not all 6 players are first-team players. They will be having 3 first-team players. 3 first-team players missing. You can see this is very big for them. And at number 4 is our darling Manchester United. Man U will just dey struggle. We be say they never win one match in a month before. And now we are taking out 3 very important players from their team. Nusa Mazraoui, Brian Mbeumo, Amad Diallo. What will Manchester United look like without Mbeumo, without Amad Diallo? I can't see Manchester United coping during this AFCON period. I think Manchester United have to be the most affected club. They have to be the number 1 loser, followed by Fulham. Fulham is also a very big loser of the AFCON 2025. They will be missing 3 key players. Alex Iwobi, Calvin Bassey, and Samuel Chukwueze. 3 big performers for them this season in the Premier League. They will be missing these 3 players. So I think these are the biggest losers of the AFCON 2025. So let us go to the winners. Let's see the winners of the AFCON 2025. Surprisingly, Manchester City have to be the biggest winner of this AFCON 2025. Yes, they have 2 players that will be representing Mamouche and Aït-Nouri. But interestingly, these 2 guys are not in their first team. And they hardly even make a sub. These 2 guys. And my main reason for saying Manchester City is the biggest winner of the AFCON 2025 is during the period of AFCON 2025, Manchester City will play against Sunderland, they will play against West Ham, and they will also play against Nottingham Forest. And these 3 clubs will be having important players not available for them that are at the African Cup of Nations 2025. So Manchester City will be having advantage over these clubs during this period. And the second winner of the AFCON 2025 is my darling club, Arsenal. We are also among the winners of the AFCON 2025. Arsenal will be playing against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup during this period. And we are also playing against Everton next week in the Premier League. And we know Everton playing a big match without Idrissa Gueye, without Iliman Ndiaye. I can't see them coping against us. So Arsenal is also among the biggest winner of the AFCON 2025. And the third winner have to be Chelsea. Although Chelsea is not playing against any club that will be having their player in the AFCON during this period. But why Chelsea is among the winner is they don't have any player that will be going to the AFCON. So they still have their squad intact during this period. So let's talk about why the African Cup of Nations is usually played mid-season and not after the season has been completed. The main reason why the African Cup of Nations is usually played Mid-season, during the season, is just one word: our weather, African weather. African weather is the cause, because this is the time we have dry season. Off season, when the season has been completed, is usually rainy season in Africa. And we know in Africa, we don't have good pitches that can retain heavy rainfall for the condition of the pitch, for transportation, people coming to watch Afcon, traveling, moving, logistics, so many reasons. So these are the reasons. The main reason why African Cup of Nations is usually played during this time is because of our weather. So based on the stadium facilities and logistics we currently have in Africa, and this is why the Afcon is usually played during the mid-season. What do you guys think about this?